We are going to talk about trade show lead follow-up. And so I'm going to give you 3 steps of what you can do. And if you have a plan in place already to follow up on your NAB leads, awesome. And if you don't, you still need a plan. I'm going to give you 3 steps so you can put to work right away. Sound good? So for number one, the first thing you can do, and this is a recipe, so you just try it and take the pieces you want out of this recipe. For number one, take a group shot of you and your coworkers at your booth. And when you send that follow-up email out, put that picture in there because people like to do business with folks they know, like, and trust. I was just talking to somebody about this today. He was saying how he was talking to someone here at the show, and the guy said, yeah, I trust you. I want to go ahead and work with you on this. It's an equipment deal, big deal, and still boils down a lot to trust. So get that picture, put it in there, and that works great as a quick follow-up. You can even send it out, each day during the show, and that's a sweet way to keep touch and just like, here's a photo, hey, here's a couple quick links. If you ask me to follow up on something, I'll be getting back to you right away. Lovely way to do it. So that's number one. Number two, what can you give people to help them know more about what they need to know in order to be your customer, your client? What is that information they're craving? That white paper, that checklist on how to move to, I don't know, cloud or IP or 2110 or whatever, QC, whatever you're working on in your biz. Is there a important piece of technical information that you can give them to help them? And so that's something that you can send out. Now, if you've segmented your list in your booth, and maybe you've got your top 2, 3, 4 products, you can send them out by what they're interested in. And if you didn't segment, no worries, no problem. You could give them the links to all of those 3 white papers, checklists, guides in the follow-up email. And you can use that as a way to segment. So if somebody clicks on product A, software B, or service C, whatever it is, so they're going to click on A and download that white paper or guide or ask about that particular thing. They've just raised a hand and shown you that they're interested in that very thing, right? So you can use that follow-up email as a way to segment if you didn't manage to do it in the booth, if you just didn't have the info in the booth. Works great. Okay, third piece. Third piece is that let people a really easy way to raise a hand and take a next step. And so whether that means click here to download some software or book an appointment with me so we can do a needs assessment and find out exactly what you need, make it so easy for them. It can even be just reply to me and we'll set up a time to talk. Step 1 in this recipe. Take a picture of you and your team in the booth, or if there's just a couple people in it, it's all good. And put that in your first follow-up email right away, today. You can be sending that out. And secondly, give people the information they crave. If you can give them a little bit of info like that white paper, guide, checklist on the particular topic that they care about, that's a perfect thing to do. And third piece of this recipe is to give them a really easy way to take a next step to work with you, whether that's download something, book a meeting,